On several occasions, tour operators have raised concerns over the poor state of roads leading to a number of tourist sites in Kigezi region, including Windy Impenetrable National Park. This prompted officials from the Uganda Tourism Board earlier this year to engage players in the sector over the same.
As a board, we've been talking to government about the state of these roads and the need to have a program for addressing emergency repair works. We have been able to deliver this message to the highest officers.
Members of parliament from the region have now added their voices to those of the tour operators.
So if Uganda Wildlife Authority uses about 120 billion, 60 billion comes from gorilla permits, which gorilla permits are in Bwindi and Mugahinga. But what do you find on the ground? There are no roads.
So you can imagine a road of 44 kilometers taking 2.5 hours. And there is no one who is bothered. We have appealed to UNRA, we are appealing to the minister. Let the minister take the entire Ministry of Works to go to Windy and see.
The legislators argue that despite several calls and promises by government, a number of key tourism roads have remained in poor state, forcing some tourists to go through neighboring Rwanda to connect to tourist sites in southwestern Uganda. They add that access to electricity, internet and water remain huge obstacles to players in the industry.
You have toward Mburo, they are now in Bunyonyi. Now they say, how do we go to Chisoro? They find it much easier to pass in Rwanda to go to Chisoro, which is 80 kilometers.
Power is available on average 8 days in a month. All the hotels are running generators. An average hotel spends about 8 liters running the whole facility.
According to the lawmakers, without improving infrastructure, efforts to improve domestic tourism will go to waste.
A tourism infrastructure by way of an airstrip or airport. It is landing where there are flying stones and there are potholes.
And I wonder, are they going to repair that tarmac when there is a catastrophe? Because you can be sure at any one time there will be an accident there.
We really need to be very strategic. And that's why we are saying the ministries who are responsible, the Prime Minister should summon these ministries, sit down together, get the prayers, and look at strategic issues in this sector.
We'll reach out to the Uganda National Roads Authority about the continuous complaints relating to the poor road network and what has been done to address the same.
And you know that recently UNRA did announce that among the roads due for upgrading this financial year 2023 to 2024 is Kabale, Lake Bunyonyi, about 15 kilometers, and Kisoro Mugahinga, that's about 18 kilometers. Our level of service is usually curtailed by limited funding, but also in situations of long rainy seasons that result into flooding on our major roads, but also gravel roads, which are significantly affected. Nonetheless, that doesn't take away our responsiveness. You have seen us intervene, moving in as fast as possible to ensure that all bottlenecks, whenever identified, are fixed and the traffic flow is restored as soon as possible.
The legislators maintain that poor infrastructure will affect tourism returns, further urging government to consider extending cheaper power to tourism areas and also ensure affordable financing to the private investors in the tourism sector. Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Weekend Edition.